This is exactly right.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.
Summer is for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
Their trained techs help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
Best part? You can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
The Hulu original series Furious is coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus on July 27th.
Starring Emmy Rossum as Alice Black, Furious follows a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, played by Lola Pettigrew, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
While Alice upholds justice, Catherine kills for it, terrorizing the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
With secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious on July 27th.
Streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
Is that it?
Goodbye.
Oh my God, you guys.
Fuck, they caught the fucking Golden State Killer. East Area motherfucking rapist.
This is one of the fucking weirdest experiences of my life.
Let's talk about last night. I'm laying in bed. I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm like, great. I already know I'm going to need a Xanax to go to sleep just for the fucking shit of it because I drank a fucking cold brew that day. Then I look at my text and immediately, and see what I've fucking been hoping to see every morning I wake up for fucking ever. You texting me and Steven, they caught the Golden State Killer.
Yes.
And I fucking pop out of bed, gasping, scaring the shit out of Vince. He was like mad at me, and I call you immediately.
I was driving home from the Hollywood Improv, just did a show there, met some nice listeners who had come to the show. I was having a wonderful evening, coming down off of that. And I have to admit to you, although I was not reading and driving, I waited for a red light.
Sure.
But as I'm addicted to Twitter,
Sure.
I opened my Twitter and I'm actually going to read his name because this is the first person who told me, which means the world to me because someone was on it and immediately was just like, did you hear this?
Everyone else who's tweeted us after loses to this guy.
It is, his name's Eric and it's, at ERA, E-R-A, can't see. And he wrote, they got him, ? Reddit is excited. So he basically came over and let me know. And so at a red light, I open this thing and it's basically just like there is an arrest and it's 100% DNA match.
You know what? I didn't see that part yet. The thing that got me excited, that I wasn't just like, oh, this is just another thing, is when you said Reddit's excited. And I'm like, well, if Reddit's excited,
yes,
that's like almost better than if fucking law enforcement is excited.
Yeah, because I feel like Reddit is set up to make people stop being excited.
Right.
They're the people there to, it's like, no, you're being rash, you're being immature, you're being too hopeful.
Or you're fucking, pinning it on someone that has nothing to do with it and that's fucking illegal and crazy and stop it.
Exactly. Yes, that's a very important point to make.
So, and what happened, then I lay down and I start fucking Googling and Redditing and Twittering for fucking hours. And at first they had the name of some dude that it wasn't. I'm not obviously going to say his name, but he was also in law enforcement. It could have been him, all this shit. And so I did all this fucking research on him. Then it wasn't him. So, and they put photos up, it's just
of the wrong guy,
but at the same time, this guy's a piece of shit too. So I mean, whatever.
But it's the wrong guy. I think it's like, that's the thing that we were talking about before. It's just this, all I can think about is the beginning of Making a Murderer, where they are having that exact same kind of press conference. And was it Ken Kratz or whoever that guy is? It's just like, we got him. This is it. And it's just that thing where as we watch stuff like this, then we're just like, this is it. Joseph DeAngelo is the, police allege Joseph DeAngelo is the fucking Golden State Killer. And then we want that to be true so bad that it's just like, and now we're going all the way down this road. And that's all I think about is these days, how many fucking documentaries have you seen where then they pull it all apart?
Right. But I know. Yes. The 100% DNA match. And the fact that I think that...
Yeah, that does make a huge difference.
Because that's been happening, that happens so much, and what a huge high profile case this is with so many different jurisdictions, I don't think these people had to do so much fact checking. They did not arrest this fucking guy until they were sure. Otherwise, it would have looked really bad. It would have made them look incompetent. It would have been a ton of fucking jurisdictions that would look bad, not just, the fucking Manitoba County or whatever the fuck.
Manitoba County?
Oh my God. Okay, if you could get one question answered right now.
Well, can I just also say this? Yeah. Never in my life have experienced this. From the moment you and I started talking last night, I had Georgia. So I text that, then fucking thank God Georgia calls me, because I was like, if I have to be by myself with this information, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah. And Vince gave zero shits. He fucking fell asleep immediately.
Well, that'd be like him going like, oh my God, Mankind is going to star in a movie or something. Or like, I want to care.
Well, I just said to him as he was leaving, we were supposed to go to breakfast. We talked about it on lunch, and then I was like, I'm sorry, this is my WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He's like, I know.
He understands.
He made us bacon.
He lives it. He knows it.
He made us coffee, and he made us like a spread as if we were like reporters.
But I have to say, I've never had the experience of when we started talking about the reality of it, getting waves of chills and just continuing to get waves of chills. I was laying down. It was 4 hours later. I was still getting chills. And it's like, it's a feeling that I think everybody wanted to have and everyone thought they would never get to have.
Right.
Everybody that cares about this case or has been paying attention.
My favorite, Reddit, I love Reddit. And last night it was my companion. And the couple of the things that I thought were so funny. One person, put up I should find them. Can you find? No, put up a thing of that there's going to be a fucking sale on yearbooks from 1972 and 1973 in Sacramento today.
Yes.
And also that all the people who have a fucking lifetime subscription to classmates.com are really bummed right now. So all the people who were looking through the yearbooks.
They were like, should I do it a 1 year, a 3 year, or a lifetime?
Right.
And then they're just like, why the lifetime? But you never know. Somebody else could come up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not...
That's true.
Oh, it's so crazy. And then when we were talking about it on, we were basically texting on two different threads.
You text me. We were texting on two different threads because Steven hadn't responded yet, which is so unlike Steven. What were you doing?
Steven's the first responder at all times.
Steven's the first. When I saw that
starts everything.
Tweet come in, I thought it was from Steven because he's the one who's always updating us on these crazy shit.
Yes.
I was at Margaritaville.
You are so fired. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable how fired you are.
You're beyond fired.
Leave the equipment. Get the fuck out of here.
Show us how to use it.
Right. Feed my cats while we're in Europe.
Take care of business.
Yeah.
Please get the fuck out.
And I just want to say how Steven's mustache. Did you see me keep trying to videotape you?
A little bit.
You caught me. There's no
it's
casual
my,
way.
anxious thing of I was just nervously holding on to it the whole time.
Well, I just wanted to be this is how it is.
I had my fist in my mouth.
Yeah.
I couldn't bite my nails enough. I just had to then go full fist like an infant.
I mean, we were leaning closer and closer into the computer as it was going on.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
But also I have to say, and just as the casual, almost as this infotainment.
Yeah.
That was such an unsatisfying press conference because we know he's in custody. We now know his name. We know that fucking mugshot is so uncool. It is so unnerving and upsetting looking. But he did have some scrapes on his forehead, which it looks like the cops may have accidentally thrown an elbow.
Well, here's what I took away from them explaining how they detained him, that they were suspecting he was going to try to kill himself. Which I know is something that happens a lot with older suspects when they finally find them and they get that knock at the door and they shoot themselves.
Yes, that's right.
So it sounds like maybe they had I'm just obviously conjecturing out of my mind, but maybe they had to like fucking tackle him to get a gun away from him.
Yes, or they had some kind of, like, they were so prepared because they had gone through so much heartbreak that they already had a guy coming in his back door. You know what I mean? Something like that, where it's just like I would, first of all, I'm so mad Paul Holes didn't get to talk during that. What you have basically.
Well, Paul Holes' appearance fee is way too high at this point for this.
Like, he's standing in the background.
Dinky press conference.
He was like he was the wallpaper of that entire press conference. What if it was just like, step forward,
cutout? It's not even him. He like sold them the cutout for $500 for a one-time use.
And now it's going around to all the craft stores in the area because all the people that knit and do hand stitching and all that are like, yes, Paul Holes. But I wish we could have just gotten the reason those reporters kept asking the same question over and over, and then Anne-Marie started to get a little pissy because Anne-Marie's like, I control the information. You can tell she's just like, I don't like this fact that there's data miners that know more than I do.
Totally.
Clearly. But just the idea that we just want someone just walk us through real quick the day before up to the arrest.
Right.
How, what, where.
Right. Or even like, I mean, of course, what I'm dying to know is what, it's the thing of what led them to suspect this person enough to collect his DNA. Was it a tip? Was it, was he on a list?
It had to have been a tip, right?
It had to have been. Otherwise, why would they have? I mean, he fits the profile is what's obvious about it. He's 72 years old, so he's in the right time frame. He had access to police scanners, which is something they always suspected because he was a cop, which wasn't something that they had, didn't seem like something they were looking into, but that many had access to, there's like little things there, that would have made him a suspect, but I bet there were thousands of those people.
For sure.
So there had to be at least one or two tips of like, and then you look at the photos side by side of him at that time, the Navy photo of him and the fucking, a couple of the sketches are like,
dead on. That hairline is a super match. That's the thing I love to do. Yes, that's right. The lips, the nose in that one picture where his eyes are real sunken in.
It's like we were just talking about how, and what we should put this up on Instagram, but the photo that is the most realistic and creepy that always gave me chills looks the least like him.
Yes.
And the one that's kind of like, oh, someone didn't know how to fucking draw looks the most like him.
It's exactly him.
Apologize to whoever fucking drew that. I'm a piece of shit.
But see, don't you think that that's, I mean, obviously, but that's part of what all of this is we've been in a panic making things up this whole time of like, here's my theory. Here's what I think,
this thing obviously leads to this thing. How can you not think it's this person? Because look at this. He did these things.
My obsession is like, I was like secretly in my mind, but never had the guts to say it was like, he's some kind of a gymnast. He works at Cirque du Soleil. That thing of him like jumping over fences and shit is so like, not the average person can do that.
Well, I wonder if, as we talked about in the episode where we did the Skylight books with Patton and everyone, where they had that tip come in that someone came into a hospital with a broken shoulder, and they had checked because they realized that jumping over a fence, he wouldn't have known that there was an incline.
Oh, right.
Right. So they went in and they asked hospitals around, like, did you get some character coming in? And there was a dude coming in who fucking had a broken shoulder. As soon as they were onto him and realized that his ID was fake, he fucking bolted. And then the East Area rapist was fucking out of commission for a couple months.
Yes.
Fucking probably recovering, allegedly recovering from his shoulder injury.
Yes, because you can't do all the things, that horrible things that he would be doing with just one arm. You can't control two people, tie them up, all that shit.
I mean, so maybe that's the fucking thing that they were like, this dude has a old shoulder injury. I don't know.
I mean,
it had to be someone who put it together.
And now, so let's I think it's both of our favorite piece of information that we have learned, that everyone else has learned online.
Yes.
That the reason that Joseph DeAngelo, who the police suspect is the Golden State Killer.
Right.
The reason he was kicked off the police force in Auburn is because he was caught shoplifting dog repellent and a hammer at a Pay and Save in fucking Citrus Heights.
Tell me where that is. What's the place? What are these places like too? Are there rural? Because you're from there. They're rural as fuck.
So it's actually not. So Auburn is rural as fuck.
Okay.
Auburn is my college roommate lived there, is from there, and it's very like
it's not suburbs. It's like
it's rural, like horse people, farm people. It's also like rolling hills with lots of coverage of oak oak trees.
Okay. Is it like beautiful and people have expensive houses there?
Yes. It's
secluded, expensive secluded houses?
Exactly.
Or like cheaper kind of big
I mean,
houses?
I think it's a full range because you can live there cheaply.
Right.
But also on a nice, like an acre of land that looks amazing. Like everything comes with 2 oak trees type of place.
Jesus,
is the feel.
Okay.
Also, remember that story I told you about the girl my roommate was friends with who got up in the middle of the night and there was a man in the hallway. So she's just started making that noise.
Yes.
That's Auburn. That happened in Auburn.
Jesus.
So it's a little bit like, it's as sketchy as a country area can be.
Right. So you think it's safe, but it's so secluded that it's
farm safe. So that's shotgun level safe.
If you scream, your fucking neighbors aren't going to hear you.
If they hear you, they won't be there for 7 minutes.
Right. And they also will mind their own fucking business.
So you can scream if there's a pre-agreed screaming situation. But, so my point with that was, just, then and we talked about this in the Skylight Books episode, discussion, him cutting that dog open. Like, I now want to know when he got caught for shoplifting. Goleta. It was. So was it before or after?
After.
Because
so he cut the dog. If you listen to the book, he cut a dog who came upon him while he was prowling, fucking cut the dog open. The dog survived. Don't worry. But the dog repellent's interesting for 2 reasons. Because one, that this fucking hound dogs who were sniffing his trail, and in the book they talk about how they lose the fucking trail at some point. They can't follow him. And also the victim said that he had a weird smell that they couldn't place.
Right.
Which I've always wondered about. I got an email recently from a fucking cool dude who was like, suspecting that it was a migrant worker. And then we were both like, maybe the fertilizer was a weird smell. It smells familiar. Right. Something like that.
Right. And you and I were talking about if it were a migrant worker, it would be such a good hide in plain sight type of job, because if he was kind of like, acting like he was, say, a down and out person that's just trying to blend in, like nobody's going to be like, I am suspicious of this guy. It's the perfect, kind of society to blend into and have nobody's going to say anything about anybody.
But nope, it's a fucking local dad, husband,
neighbor,
cop, neighbor,
ex-cop,
which is even a better fucking way to hide, to blend in.
Right. Well, the ultimate fucking way.
Right.
It can't be this old white guy in a white t-shirt with white hair, because
he's just an old man.
It's just an old man that every once in a while yells fuck in the street, which is what the neighbors allege about the alleged Golden State Killer.
On the alleged news that we allegedly watched a minute ago. Oh my God. And then we were talking about, so one of everyone's favorite clues or like conjectures is that at the town hall meeting that was had about the East Area rapist while it was going on, he must have been there because a man stood up and said, I don't believe that he'd be able to break into someone's house when the husband's home, and
no man would let that happen.
Yeah. And 3 months later, everyone's like, a couple days later, no, 3 months later, that man's house got broken into, which could have been a coincidence. We don't really know, but
and they were attacked.
Right, they were attacked, and the husband got tied up, and his wife was raped.
Horrible.
So, God, he was a cop? He would be so much less suspicious to be there. Like when we're looking at the photo of who's in the crowd, we're not looking at the cops,
right?
The people in uniform. I would fucking glance right over them.
Yeah, especially like if he had the cop thing, and it would be interesting to be able to figure out when that news conference was, or whatever they called it, the town hall meeting,
I think, yeah.
And because they said he was an Auburn cop from 76 to 79.
Right.
So did that lie in that time frame? And then he could have even been standing in the front.
Yep.
He could have had his uniform
on stage, fucking with a bunch of cops.
Which is the thing that, so we were all texting with Billy Jensen last night, who helped finish Michelle McNamara's book. And he's also a crime reporter himself.
Right.
And we were talking about all of this where it's just like, we were just saying, he said himself, I'm afraid this is a dream.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is a dream because it's all becoming so cinematically, like it's so heightened that it's a cop hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
It's just, everything about this is as surreal as it can be.
And then, on Reddit, they're talking about like, well, why would a cop steal? But someone was like, it makes sense as someone who likes a thrill. And the East Area Rapist, it almost was like he got off on almost getting caught because he did a lot of fucking creepy, weird things that were over the top.
Dangerous.
Yeah. And so someone needing to get off on like just stealing a quick thing, that would make sense. That fucking kleptomania thrill that you get.
But also because he was a cop, I bet you he had seen things where they found the receipt for something and traced it back. And they only make these kind of hammers and carry them at this place. So he's like, there will be no trace of any of this stuff. So because he left stuff behind a lot.
Yeah.
And so,
but almost like, why would he do that unless he did it on purpose?
Because like he's saying, you can't catch me.
Right. Or you can't trace this to anywhere because I fucking stole it.
Yep. I know he's working on like fucking 9 different levels. I
wonder if the hammer like had the name of the store on it the way some of them do. And it's like he was going to leave it behind to be like, I was even at this store and you don't know who I am because I didn't interact with the sales girl or whatever.
Yeah, because then it would lead people there and then dead end.
Because then this girl, Sally, would be like, well, I sold a hammer to this cop dude that I know.
Dead end. Doesn't matter.
Nope. Wouldn't happen.
Yeah. No trace.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day, and I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Goodbye.
It's beyond. They have to make sure he doesn't kill himself. They have to get him to talk.
This is the part that gave me the most fucking chills that anything ever has. There's in Michelle's book, and it's known that sometimes he would start crying in the middle and say, I'm sorry, mommy, or fuck you, mommy, and like kind of lose it. And a lot of people were wondering, you know, is that just him? Is that like a red herring? Is he trying to throw them off and make them think he's crazy? Something like that. Okay. So this guy, the fucking amazing sleuth on Reddit, did all this fucking sleuthing. This guy, Joseph fucking D'Angelo, when he was younger, was engaged. They found the engagement fucking article to a woman named Bonnie. Bonnie married someone else. He married someone else. And that was in 1976. And one of the women who was sexually assaulted insisted that no, he laid down and said, fuck you, Bonnie. Fuck
I remember
you, Bonnie,
that.
not fuck you, mommy.
Wow.
So...
Yeah, I remember reading the fuck you Bonnie thing.
So is that
recently?
And this dude was fucking engaged to a woman named Bonnie, and the engagement got broken off somehow.
And was that the piece that made the final thing go click? Like, could just uncovering that an old engagement that shit doesn't get recorded by the county.
No,
only weddings do. Like,
right?
How would you know that unless suddenly Bonnie's like,
is Bonnie the one who's like, you need to look at my fucking ex? I broke off my engagement with him for whatever fucking reason.
For this reason and that reason.
Does he like to eat fucking dog repellent? I don't know. Wait, what was the other one? There was another one that was fucking great. What was it? Jesus Christ. I'm like
so
shaking.
It's like a million. It's almost like the feeling is supposed to be that like the Homeland red string board. Yeah. It's almost like now we're done with that, but actually a brand new one is starting.
There's even more now. There's even more of those red fucking things. I want to know like what connection we still don't know what connection he had to the other cities. There's always been this guess of like maybe, well, there was the city planner. Maybe he worked for an architecture firm, right? So what's the thing about this company he worked for? Billy Jensen was telling us about it too.
So there was an article that they found, or it looked like it was something out of an old yearbook. So this is like the yearbook this is data.
Okay.
And it said that I think it might have been his little thing. They used to write a little chunk under instead of like a yearbook quote.
What was it in and what instrument he played.
So he worked for a place called Sierra Hoist and Hall or some shit like that. Yeah. I have the name in here. But essentially I said to Billy, like, maybe that's because they always thought he either had construction connections,
or he was in a class learning how to be an
architecture or like a landscape designer.
And that's because of the homework fucking
piece of
evidence,
paper,
which is like my favorite fucking evidence in the world. It's so creepy. And on the back of
it. Is this from your spin-off podcast, My Favorite Evidence?
Oh, I didn't tell you?
Read evidence.
In a fucking monotone voice, where he writes punishment on the back of a piece of paper. That part in fucking I'll Be Gone in the Dark is chilling. Okay, go on.
It's so scary.
So
no, but
in high school,
it's just there are things on that.
That company.
He was a diver, which divers have like nut bodies.
Right.
Like you have to be fit like crazy and humongous calves.
Right. Swimmer.
Divers, they have to stand on their toes on a diving board. Their calves
hold themselves up. And that means he was a good swimmer probably too, which is like calves for days.
Yeah.
So wait, tell me more about the company what do they do?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just saw that the thing that he sent us, it's Sierra Hoist and Crane. So it's basically if you have anything that you need pulled up by a crane.
I thought those were last names.
Or pulled out. No. It's like the two things the company does.
They hoist stuff and they crane shit.
And they will drive a crane somewhere and they will hoist the fuck out of something for you.
I was like, Mr. Hoist and Mr. Crane? I wonder why they hired this teen.
Mr. Hoist was the worst boss. He was such a dick. You couldn't be 4 minutes late.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so there's just a little bit of that, like, it's just these things that we have no idea how they actually apply, but then your mind is going crazy of like, but just for years thinking about this stuff and not having the answer and suddenly just being like, oh yeah, hoist and crane means they pulled trees out of the lots where they eventually built those, that's what my mind did of like, and I said that to Billy Jensen. He's like, possibly.
I know Billy Jensen's being like, so
we harassed Billy Jensen last night.
I deleted it before so he messaged the two of us in a group text.
Yeah.
The reason is, did you see my original message?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought I deleted it before either of you could see it because I was like, Georgia, chill the fuck out. But he doesn't even know us that well. Like, don't be a fucking.
We've met him twice, I think.
Yeah. I messaged him and said, the three of us, and said, Billy, please tell us anything. I pinky swear we won't tell. Like, I just wanted, I knew he had more information and I just wrote pinky swear we won't say anything. And then immediately it's like, you are fucking psychotic, Georgia. And I deleted it. But I guess he already saw it before I deleted it. So you didn't see it.
No, No, I did see that message.
You saw my message.
And when I saw that message, I was like, fuck yes. Oh, I loved that you did that.
What is wrong with you?
No, I love that you did that. Because also I think he wouldn't tell us anything he couldn't tell us.
And then I was like, well, what if he tells us something, it gets out through some other way, and he thinks that we're the ones who fucking spilled the beans.
Right.
So I was just like, forget it. But I guess you can't delete messages. I didn't know that. I think you can only delete them from your own.
Maybe it's just like you never have to acknowledge it again for your own life. Oops. But I thought it was hilarious that you did that. And I think this is that special circumstance of like, it's as if we all love the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right. I've never understood sports fans. I get it now.
This is it. Yeah. This is the feeling of you're so engaged. You've been following it for so long. You care about these people.
Our team has had bad luck for fucking 40 years and everyone thinks that we're cursed, and we fucking won today.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. Also, those women who appeared in the Case File 3-part series that were the victims, that spoke for themselves.
That they're the woman whose mother was the victim, their sisters or family.
That Anne-Marie read, that was her letter. That was from Debbie, because her mom was murdered. And that part of that book is so fucking sad. When she's like the rebellious teenage daughter, and then she comes home one day and her mother's murdered.
Keith Harrington, so bad. And his brother speaking. Yeah, they're the fucking players, and we were rooting for them this whole time, and they finally fucking won.
And they have had to endure that motherfucker.
Mr. Harrington.
No, not Mr. Harrington.
Oh, I thought you meant that in a positive way. Like, no. That motherfucking badass motherfucker.
The East Area rapist and the Golden State Killer, allegedly Joseph D'Angelo, as police have named by 100% DNA match, would call them and harass them years afterwards.
That's another one of the things.
So fucked up.
It's so fucked up. That's another one of the things is there's that, we all watched it was the ID special. What was it called? It's Not Over Yet Until It's Over.
Yes.
Remember?
The Golden State Killer, It's Not Over, I think.
Yeah. So that's an incredible documentary. And actually one of the guys, they keep calling the armchair detective or whatever. He's one of the guys on Reddit who was like out, like he was the one to follow. He was telling us everything.
Knew it all. Yeah.
So they posted,
he was great in that special too.
He was really good. They posted a thing about one of the calls that was recorded, the "Gonna Kill You" recording.
Yes,
and everyone tried to figure out in the documentary what was playing in the background. It sounded like people were talking. I went down that rabbit hole one night, and it was they figured out what movie it was. No, it was a TV movie from the 1970s, and they figured out what part of the movie it was. But now they're saying this one guy, this random fucking dude on Reddit posted, but I think I heard some like a police scanner chatter in the background, and it was just a blip. It was just a fucking blip on Reddit, and it's fucking legit. It's true. That's what they fucking heard. Not because he had a fucking scanner, but because he was a fucking cop.
He was a cop.
I've had a lot of coffee.
No. Look, this is an explosion. This is a fucking explosion. It's so. I just didn't think it was going to happen. I really didn't.
I just bought a, what is it called when you monitor your heart to see how fast it's beating?
Was it a heart monitor?
Yeah. Should we go see how
like a cuff?
Yeah.
Put your cuff on.
Okay, I'm going to go get it for us and we're going to see.
Yeah. Let's keep you medically observed. No, I just, it is such a strange, no, it's funny. Let's just see how you're doing. But also we have to add the coffee element into it as well. We've all been drinking a lot of coffee.
You know what?
What?
I'm not going to do it.
How come?
Because it's weird. Blood
you don't
pressure.
Want people knowing about your blood pressure.
My blood pressure cuff. Well, it's high to begin with right now. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about.
I'm just texting with my friend Dave Eskandari, who we all lived in Sacramento at the same time. We kind of all were like dropouts that then ended up going to Sacramento. That Sac City was the junior college there, and he and we had this group of friends. Like 6 friends, and we jokingly called ourselves the 18th Street Hellcats.
Oh my God.
Because we all lived on 18th Street, but it was sarcastic, but then we actually started doing it for real.
The best.
The Hellcats. But he texted me this morning and I was like, isn't it weird we lived there? Like this is this thing that in all my egomaniacism, I'm just like, but this is a weird thing where this is part of my history. Like I do know I had like when I said to my sister today, I of course called her in the morning and was like, they caught him, he's this, he's that, da 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 da. And when I said he lives in Citrus Heights, the man they arrested lives in Citrus Heights, my sister goes, oh, remember when we used to have to drive out to Citrus Heights when I had to do that thing for work? And like we started talking about, and it's what I've already told you, but there's a bleakness, or there was in the 90s, the 80s and 90s in Sacramento, and this like these long streets that went on forever, and all it was asphalt and mini malls and a horizon that had nothing on it, and I thought I was fucking dying every day in that city. Yeah. And just that idea that like, it almost feels, I know it's self-serving, it just almost feels like I was justified a little bit. Like,
fits.
Bad fucking vibes. Those bad vibes were real.
I keep thinking about, and I'm from Irvine, where a couple, like the later in the 80s, when I was a kid growing up there, there was a couple incidents there and murders and stuff. It's too much.
It's a weird, like, suddenly you're watching a movie and suddenly you walk by in the background as an 8-year-old.
Right.
That's the feeling. It's this weird, like, am I a background player in this thing? Which is just, I think that's just human nature. Is
human
to kind of be like, how is this?
A little bit. Fair enough.
But it's fine.
Well, it's the places that we thought of and that we inhabited that were sinister and dark and either were not at all what we thought they were, or were exactly what we thought they were if we were creepy kids.
Yeah, that's right. It's like maybe we were getting a psychic feeling. Yeah. Maybe it was just too much asphalt from my precious, delicate system.
Maybe your brain inhaled too much asphalt. Can I give a shout out really quickly to a murderino on Twitter? Her name is Kara Stone. It's Kurra Lynn. She tweeted, just snuck into the press-only conference for the Golden State Killer by saying I was with SSDGM Daily News. Honey.
And did she make fake press credentials, or did she just like...
You don't need them if you're confident.
She just nailed it. She had her little hat with the word press on the ring.
Oh, wait. She says, I'm kind of freaking out because I'm wearing my Murderino shirt and everyone else is dressed very nice. I didn't think this one through. Then let's see what she wrote. Will you be live tweeting? Blah, blah, blah. She said, I'm trying to look casual because people are staring at me.
Yep.
I love her.
Girl, she risked it all
much.
For the SSDGM news.
Someone says you didn't lie though.
Yeah, that's true.
With us. You are now.
Yeah.
Then I think that's all she wrote. She's probably in fucking jail, right? County jail, because we'll bail her out.
We will not ever. If you do something, you're on your own.
Steven will use his money that we pay him finally.
His birthday money. We got him a U.S. bond.
Bail money.
For his birthday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it.
It looked like they were having that, obviously, that press conference like in front of the station, River. So I wonder how they would have gotten it, like you're not allowed in and you are allowed in.
I think pretty easily.
I bet she could
like
roll on up.
Parking lot style.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I've lied by saying I'm with my community college journalism team to get into like things before.
Nice.
It's not true. What else?
It wasn't true that you were on the journalism team, or the whole story you just told me wasn't true?
No, the journalism team. I don't know if
you just immediately go, that's not true.
Team?
I've never snuck in.
No, that's true. Howard Dean conference.
No.
Swear.
Were you there when he did the weird scream?
Unfortunately, I was there like 2 weeks before.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, I love this guy.
Howard Dean?
Howard Dean was great. And then he fucking screamed. What was I going to say? Okay, if you could get one, like, how'd he do it question, or one, like, why did he do this answered, what would it be? Or like confirmation, because I have this thing of like the couple that was killed, which is what he got arrested for in Sacramento, because the goddamn motherfucking statute of limitations about rape ends pretty quickly, so it wouldn't matter anyways. So they got him on these murders, but so the murder...
I feel like that's changing in places though, isn't it?
One would hope.
I think there was one story we read where they were changing it.
They are, yeah.
Anyway.
So Brian and Kate Majore, they were that sweet couple who were walking their poodle, and it's just like it's a freak thing that didn't fit the MO at all, but was for various reasons, pretty sure that it was East Area rapist. They encountered him somehow, and he chased them down and shot them in a backyard.
Yep.
And threw their poodle in the pool, which is creepy and weird. So maybe the poodle happened upon him and was barking, and so he threw it in the pool. They got in an altercation, or maybe Brian fucking recognized him as a fellow cop because he was an Air Force officer. And so he had to kill them.
this is different than this time where there was an FBI agent that
chased him down.
That's a different one, right?
He got on a bike and then he was in a car. No, that's a different one. That's so crazy.
And that guy got shot but didn't die, right?
I don't know if I don't know that part.
Okay, yeah. It's so, because it went on so long and there's so many of
50
these.
sexual assaults.
And there are people who know every single one of these incidents. And we know, like, the people on Reddit are like MIT, and we are essentially Entertainment Tonight.
Absolutely.
So, like, if you want the good stuff, go onto these Reddit threads, because there are people that have been working on this shit for fucking 8 years.
And, I mean, I'm wondering how many more are now going to be tied in that don't have DNA, or they said, I remember seeing he's talking. They caught this guy last night. He's talking.
Right.
I wonder if he's just like, because a lot of these fucking killers are actually cocky at the end of the day, and they want to be like, no, that's not how it happened. And they want credit for these things that they're not getting credit for. They're being very well manipulated by detectives in the interrogation to like get them to spill.
And I think in this day and age, like truly, because it's 2018, all those guys know how not to do it.
Right.
I'm sure they're very, very concerned about exactly how they interrogate him to get him to open and stay open.
And not only that, so that it's admissible in court.
Exactly.
So they're
not fuck it up in any way.
No, they're putting their best guys on this one.
And I say their best
ladies, guys and ladies,
but probably especially Paul Holes. If Paul Holes came into the room, you did something wrong, he puts his hands on his hips underneath his blazer and starts explaining shit to you, you're just like, yes, mea culpa, Paul Holes. I gotta get this off my chest.
Or if he's like, Joe, what did you do?
Joe, you son of a bitch. And he does some kind of secret cop thing with him.
Gets him a ring pop.
Boom.
His favorite ring pop. Hey man, I brought you a ring pop.
Ring pop theory.
No, the grape is your favorite. Oh my God.
You love grape.
You love grape.
It's also because he's so old. To me, that was 72. The other part of not having hope. I mean, just in terms of like, there's like, if he did all these things and he's not doing them anymore, there's no way he's still alive.
And that ain't a 72-year-old like my dad, Marty. My dad, Marty, looks fucking great for 72. He's got a lot of time left. That guy's this Joe guy is an old fucking piece of shit.
It looks like something's been weighing on him.
Maybe, yeah.
Just over the years,
stressing him out.
Yeah, my dad's 78, and I think he looks better than that guy.
Your dad looks better than my dad. Your dad looks better than me.
Keep it healthy. You got to keep it healthy. You got to walk every day.
The trick is don't have baggage hanging over your head, like being a fucking rapist and murderer.
Being like a serial rapist to a degree where I think, and also I understand that Anne-Marie was like, quit trying to say that a bunch of other people did this work and we didn't do it because we've been doing the work. Sure. I get that.
Or like, even I wonder if even Michelle McNamara, they want to say thank you for bringing it to the public eye, but like giving her credit might even piss them off somehow a little bit.
Well,
some of them.
It takes away from the people who do it for a living, maybe.
Right. But or how many,
I just wish one person had said, before Michelle McNamara started writing articles, doing all the shit, writing for fucking different magazines, saying we need to call him the Golden State Killer. Right. We need to collect all these things
I'm gonna
together.
Interview everyone. I'm going to go to all of the scenes.
Yes.
I'm going
to make these cops talk to each other.
Dedicate my life to this.
And there was an element of pressure from her that they're not going to talk about being pressured, of course, by a citizen.
Right.
But I think that her bringing it to the media made them go, yes, we are working on it. And like, maybe that is not always a positive thing with the police and like data miners and armchair experts. But at the same time, no one was fucking talking about it before. And this was a thing that, like, of all the murders and rape cases in the nation, it was obscure. It was not well known.
If this fucking hashtag right now was, what was it? East Area Rapist. What was it? East Area Rapist.
Original Nights.
Original Nights. It's Erons.
Right.
If this fucking hashtag was Erons right now, do you think it'd be half as fucking blowing up as Golden State Killer?
Right.
Which is like the fucking, they were right. A beautiful, catchy name. Go listen to, there's a 3-part podcast called I'll Be Gone in the Dark that just explains with all the players how this book came to be. It's really well done. It's a really quick listen if you just need to catch up.
Get all the info.
And one of them is that they knew that this needed a fucking better name, you know?
Yeah, because it needed to reflect that he fucking terrorized the entire state in all these counties. There was no jurisdiction that was more important. Although, you know, Sacramento obviously is the grandfather and the original hunting ground and all that, but that all these other things happened and it had to be cohesively approached. And I do think that, and maybe that's just because that's what I like. Yeah. But I think her going around and getting evidence herself and just being like, fine, I'll do it. Just copy it for me. Made everyone else go like, no, we got it. Yeah. Like she wasn't going to stop.
She branded this fucking thing.
She really did.
And that's
brilliantly.
Yeah. Brilliantly branded.
And then wrote about it. Oh, I know we talked about it so much,
gorgeous.
But it's like, I told my friend today, it's fact prose because it's as dry as facts can be. She then turns it into this thing where suddenly you're looking at a picture. You're not reading a sentence.
Poetic.
Yeah. And
words
incredible.
That I would never use, but fit so perfectly. I don't know what that's called. Good writing. You know what I did last night? I was like, okay, finally, I'm just refreshing everything. It's the same information. It's fucking 3 a.m. There's nothing new. I took a Xanax, which is, I never do anymore. And I knew I had to. Yeah. And then
you were almost up for 24 hours.
I know.
Yeah.
Then I put in my headphones, which I always do to fall asleep. I've been listening to, I needed something nice and light lately because I've been listening to fucking I'll Be Gone in the Dark at night and it's been scaring the shit out of me.
Yes.
Been listening to fucking Douglas Adams lately, but I fucking put on I'll Be Gone in the fucking Dark in my headphones and fell asleep to it.
Wow.
And it was awesome.
Because it's a different story now.
I was not freaking out and I was not scared. My heart was fucking happy as I listened to it and fell asleep.
And as is it Hetherington or Harrington?
Harrington.
Mr. Harrington said.
Bruce Harrington. Yeah.
Bruce Harrington, the brother of one of the victims and his wife.
Yeah.
Those victims get to, for the first time in fucking 40 something years, they get to rest easy.
And what a relief that he's not dead.
Yes.
You know?
What a satisfying, like
it would be great if they found him and he was dead. Glad we fucking
found him. Yeah. Exactly. That would have been totally satisfying. But this is a different thing. And if they handle it right, which I believe in these people that they will. And they're so by the book. And it was funny how crazy careful they started being. It's like, why take questions if you're not going to answer any questions? But also, how about Anne-Marie getting super pissed when they're like, is it related to Mr. Cruel? And she's like, no. Yeah. Where it's just like, wait, what's the problem?
Yeah. All these Australians are like, we're just waiting to hear if our guy's been caught too.
Right. Because there's so many, I read the same article everybody else did, but I was surprised I didn't know there were that many MO matches.
Yeah. The eating, like sticking around and eating.
Yep. And surveilling for like weeks and months beforehand and all that. Oh, it's so creepy. So crazy.
What else? What else would you want to know? I want to know what the connections with the other locations are. Obviously, especially Irvine. I already texted my dad and said, hey, did you know an ex-cop in Irvine in 1986?
That's such a good idea. You're like, did you ever hang out and talk to this guy at the donut shop or whatever?
Maybe.
I didn't. That wasn't a slur against cops. It was the first place I thought of.
Where we want to be right now.
Where would Marty hang out? Like a Whole Foods type of place?
Yeah. Mothers. Yeah. They were called Mothers Market back then.
Because he's a little bit of a hippie, right?
Oh, he's a fucking carib-eating hippie. Kidding me?
Now, was Janet a hippie or was she just playing ball in the 70s?
They were just like the health food fanatic hippies, smoking pot,
chilling
hippies. Out. Yeah, but they weren't. They were yuppies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were total yuppies.
Got it.
They were. Can you be a yuppie and not have money? They lived the yuppie lifestyle.
If you could see this written, it would be fuppies, but faux yuppies.
Faux yuppies.
Faux yuppies.
That's exactly right.
Yuppies. It would still have AUX, but fuppies. I mean, I can't even think of what I want to hear of those near miss times. We know of the ones, but cause I read that book by one of the other investigators, and he wrote a self-published book that's that thick. It's so long and crazy, but it was basically just his firsthand experience of over and over again getting called to these houses where the victims are sitting on the couch crying and they had this horrible thing happen to them. And
it's so incredible. One of the times he talks about was a time where police pulled a guy over the morning after an attack. He had all this weird shit in his car and they let him go anyway. And he got on the freeway north and basically toward Auburn.
Shit.
Yes. And that part of the story, it's just like no one knows. And that was my thing, alleged fucking all this other illegal shit. But it's like, if he was a cop and they saw him in his car, did they just go, oh, it's that guy. Go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Or like when you're a cop and you get pulled over, you fucking when they ask you for your license, you hand them your fucking cop ID and they're like, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. It's over. There's no discussion.
There's no question. It'd be fucking disrespectful.
Which I wonder if he kept all this shit around him. So even if he was kicked off, the fucking dude still dressed up like him.
And the prowling, maybe he wasn't prowling. Maybe he was fucking walking around dressed. Well, I guess someone would have said they saw a cop dressed.
Yeah. A cop by himself would be weird.
A cop car might be. No.
I don't know. I would want to know also about the real estate element. That thing where there was a guy that used to show up at open houses that would be across from places or, that whole part is, I don't even know. I just want to know everything.
Me too. I think we will.
I hope we do.
I wish Billy would call us.
Oh, you know what they were saying? I was going to ask you because they were trying to get at this press conference. They were just trying to get Anne-Marie and our boy, Scott Jones, who I'm positive I drank with at Popeyes in the late 80s. Popeyes, the worst bar in America. He looks so familiar to me. He's like every guy I had a crush on in Sacramento. But they were trying to get them to answer questions about that surveillance time.
Right.
How exciting is it to think about those cops where they were in the lab? They were like, it's a fucking match. Now go surveil him or here's the thing. We need the thing to match it. It wouldn't be the match first.
Yeah.
They would go to get the match.
This guy looks good.
Looks good. It's 18 points on the 20-point chart.
Right.
And then two guys go sit in a car waiting. Now tell me, Georgia, you are now one of those guys.
Okay. Or ladies,
because anything can happen in this day and age.
And we say guys and we mean people.
So you are a police person that's gotten sent to surveil this very good looking suspect for as long as it takes so that he comes out and spits on the lawn, throws his cup in the ditch.
He's a litterer.
What is he? What do you see? What's your dream thing of how that surveillance happened, that they snuck his DNA?
Okay.
Or legally acquired?
Well, it's real. I feel like it seems so simple. And the most obvious one is if he's a smoker. But the problem is, say he is a smoker and he puts a cigarette out in an ashtray. Well, there's no way to prove that that's his actual butt unless it's a brand new clean cigarette ashtray. But maybe he's a smoker and he flicks his fucking cigarette. That guy doesn't look like a fucking health nut to me. So maybe he's a smoker.
He definitely looks like a smoker and a person that drinks a big gulp all day long.
Absolutely a big gulp. Yeah. So, they have their ways. The spitting on the ground is good, but it'd have to be like, I remember there was one case where they did the spitting on the ground, but the only way they were able to use it is because it had just rained. And so the spit was sitting on top of the rain and the cement. Yeah. So it wasn't like part of the ground, because then it'd be like, well, they couldn't introduce all the other spit and weird shit that was there. Exactly. Or maybe they arrested him on something else and got his DNA through that way. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe but he probably was so careful.
Yes.
And there's no way that they would have been like, we got you for you ran a stop sign. Hey, can we get your DNA, by the way?
No, not that guy.
Then you'll never speak to that guy again. He's going to lawyer up.
Not the guy who, was caught for shoplifting a dog repellent and a hammer. And then when they said, you have to go under review for the Auburn Police Department, said no thanks and just took being dismissed. Right. Because he didn't want to even talk about it.
Okay. Well, so allegedly, from what Reddit has told me, that he has two daughters that were born in 81 and 86. So of course they're my age-ish. I looked them up on Facebook. Are we friends? I don't think we are, but I want to know about them. And did they read I'll Be Gone in the Dark? Did they ever say to mom and dad, hey, were you guys freaking out at that time of, at that time, you guys, we lived here?
Because that has happened for other killers when their children suspect them.
Really?
Or family members suspect them. Yeah. Isn't that the Happy Face killer's daughter is the reason. Like, she's the
Is she the one that article was? She wrote that article recently. What's it called? Like,
I don't know, but she did have a TV show for a little while where she would go and meet other, like, she interviewed BTK's wife. You know, she would go and talk to families. And I would say this too.
Yeah.
Like, nobody should be in any way contacted, obviously.
Absolutely not.
But, like, we know that there's all this weird access these days for people.
Yeah.
It would be living hell to be related to this person today.
Do you know they've already tracked down the Yelp review of what they're assuming Reddit is assuming is his wife's business?
No.
And there's some, like, really negative Yelp review about what a fucking psycho she is.
Oh, no.
But it's like, who knows where she is, what's going on, who wrote this review, if it's even her actual business, if it's even actually his wife. But the article is called My Struggle to Find Peace as the Daughter of a Serial Killer on Huffington Post, which I keep meaning to read.
Oh, that's for Smiley Face Killer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, what about you? What is you're sitting in the interrogation room with him. You have one fucking shot. What tactic would you take?
I mean, I couldn't do it. I find, like, these criminals so abhorrent. Like, I just don't even want to be anywhere near the building. But I would want Paul, if I could be inside Paul Holes, or, like, just watch as what he did. What I would
have your DNA inside, his DNA inside of you, right? You could be.
Are you being dirty about Paul Holes?
I am. If you could be,
he's a married man,
surrounded, your heart and spirit and smells and tastes with inside Paul Holes.
If I could just surveil Paul Holes, we can't keep doing this. But
okay, interrogate Steven like he's the.
Now I can't. This improv is so weird.
I'm kidding. Just interrogate Steven.
Okay, so you're saying you were at Margaritaville, but you don't seem hungover at all today, or that you have sugar poisoning from.
What kind of margarita did you get?
Yeah,
I got the hot, and I'm very hungover.
Oh, you're pulling it off really nicely, Steven. Is that glow about you?
It's that 31-year-old about him.
Oh, that's
you're
right.
not hungover yet.
You fucking son of a
Steven,
bitch.
there's bacon and fucking bagels right here.
Steven throws up on all the
Go throw up on it. Oh.
Wait,
did you press play? Did you remember to press play?
You drank margaritas that were spicy?
I love spicy margaritas.
It has, like, jalapenos in it and stuff.
The best. With salt.
Yeah.
Oh, the best.
I've such an ulcer.
You're old. You're old, but you don't.
It's too late. You already said it, and it's recorded.
You are an old drinker, meaning, like, you weren't around.
You just did it again.
I didn't.
You're a fucking old drinker.
I know. Oh, I know. No, you missed the period of, like, good drinks.
100%. No,
you were too young.
I burned out on, like, Bartles and James. I used to get acid stomach from wine coolers.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
You didn't get to drink fucking classy shit with.
No, the mixology was far off. No one had a fucking curly ass mustache when I was in bars. It was all free popcorn.
Right.
And, like, fucking Miller Lite in a small glass. It was dark shit. And it was in Sacramento.
And smoking allowed.
And please smoke. Waitresses handing you lit cigarettes. That never happened. But yeah, no, it was like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
When I think about all of those times.
They were like, here, become an alcoholic.
It's so easy.
We want to make it happen, but when it's like nowadays, they're like, here, every drink is $14 fucking. So you can only be an alcoholic if you're rich as fuck. And if you come anywhere near us with a cigarette, we're going to murder you.
Right. It's like you have to be some kind of a connoisseur these days to be an alcoholic, which I just don't have the energy for.
And you see an alcoholic and you're like, oh, that guy must be rich.
Yes. Because you're buying drinks that have those huge ice cubes in them that are like, and they designer ice cubes,
and they measure everything. So, like, it's like 1.5 ounces of alcohol.
And you're like, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to swallow it really fast. Like giving my dog a treat where I look at George and go, please just chew this twice. Like, please. And she'll just go, like, I'll give her leftover steak from, like, a dinner we were at, and I hold it out, and she inhales it.
She doesn't even taste it.
I'm like, bite it twice, you'll love the taste.
Even better. Elvis does that too with cookies. He sometimes just swallows them whole.
And then fucking alligators.
Where were we?
I don't know.
Summer's for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
If you need an oil change, make the smart stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change before you hit the highway.
Their trained techs can help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
That means they're checking important things before you're halfway to your aunt's house with no cell service.
And these aren't just any techs. Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
The best part, you can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
So before your next long summer ride, pull into Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. There are some questions humanity may never be able to answer, like, what's the meaning of life?
Or even worse, what do I make for dinner?
Luckily, Hungry Root has one of those covered.
Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped in one. They'll take care of the weekly grocery shopping and recommend groceries and meals tailored to you.
Imagine a world where shopping, planning, and cooking food is simple and stress-free. That's a reality with Hungry Root.
Once you tell them about your goals and preferences, they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And those recommendations get smarter as Hungry Root learns more about what you did or didn't like.
Most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less.
I complain about dinner and cooking and that kind of stuff constantly, and Hungry Root provides exactly the thing I'm complaining about's solution. Like, they make a zesty chicken avocado sweet potato bowl that is exactly what I want at the end of the day, but would never, ever take the time to make. And with Hungry Root, it's just right there. It's waiting for you.
For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life.
Go to hungryroot.com/MFM and use code MFM.
That's hungryroot.com/MFM, code MFM to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life.
Goodbye. Let's be real. We don't all have time to keep up with the latest fashion trends.
Some of us want to look stylish, but have someone else to do the shopping. That's where Stitch Fix comes in.
Their expert human stylists get to know your lifestyle and budget so they can pick pieces that actually work for you.
Stop shopping and get styled today at stitchfix.com/murder to get $20 off your first order.
That's stitchfix.com/murder.
Goodbye.
Yeah, a couple people had the great idea that this needs to be an MFM. Do you need a ride crossover?
It'd be so
Chris
amazing.
Fairbanks is just driving us to fucking Sacramento.
You know, we could take the entire drive up to Sacramento to explain to Chris Fairbanks what the entire case is and what's happening. He'd be like, I never heard of this
And
before.
I don't care. And I still don't care.
I'm not interested. I also would just like to say this really quick. I know that Georgia posted our text thread where I talk shit about Sacramento. And I just want people to know, lots of people texting and saying, it's not like that anymore. Please come. You're going to love it, blah, blah, blah. I hear you. I know it. And
Is that him?
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh,
is it okay? Is it okay that we're recording our podcast?
We need
Do you wanna be on it?
confirmation.
Yes, I do want to be on it. Very good, you guys. You're getting consent.
Yeah. What do you say? Yep. We're being real official. We're trying to be real.
God.
Yeah.
Brad, you've taken your first step into a larger world.
We've said the word alleged 15 fucking times
Yes.
in the past 2 minutes.
The man the police say is the Golden State Killer. How are you? You must be so thrilled.
Why? What's going on today? Yeah, no, it's been definitely a crazy day.
Congratulations. I mean, how long have you been, oh shit, Steven, give me that charger. Oh, no. How long would you say you've been working on this case altogether?
For me, not that long. It was only really after she died.
Okay.
After Michelle died is when I started working on it. I knew about it because I was friends with her and I constantly would talk to her about it. And I read about it a lot. But it was really only when she died that I started getting into it. So
because you are a crime reporter anyway. I mean, this is your whole area.
Correct. Yeah, I'm an investigative crime journalist.
Yeah. So basically you just jumped in when you were needed.
Yeah, when she passed, my first thought was of the Golden State Killer. It wasn't, I knew other people would be thinking of Alice and thinking of Pat, and I was just like, well, did this guy win?
Right. Yeah.
And then it was about the book, and it was, what can we do? I will do anything I can to make sure that this book comes out, because I want someone to do that for me, because I know how much she worked on it. Hours and hours and hours of working on it.
Yeah.
So that's what I made sure of.
And did you watch this press conference they just gave?
I did.
What'd you think?
I don't necessarily know if I want to talk exactly about what I thought of it.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of, it was very political.
Yeah.
I think they were the DAs were definitely all there, and they were covering all their bases.
Bases or asses?
And I would have liked to have seen the guys that were in the trenches.
Yeah.
That really worked on this case. Where was Paul Holes and Ken Clark and Larry Poole or Crompton or Shelby or Erica? Those people that really worked it on a day-to-day basis, that really took the stuff home. I mean, a lot of them did get mentioned, but this was very much a political thing. They didn't tell us much. The two things that we did hear, one of them that they kind of buried a little bit, and the press didn't exactly know to follow up on it, is that they confirmed that he was the Visalia ransacker.
Right. They just glazed over it.
Yeah, and the press didn't realize they were more interested in whether he was the guy from Australia, because they obviously all Googled Golden State Killer when that was the first thing that came up at Google News.
Right.
So
what about
there was that, and also the fact that he was probably, I would put money on the fact that he was caught via DNA, familial DNA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was, from what they were saying, was that they were led. The words that they were using was that they were led to a certain area, and then they had to eliminate people, which sounds like they got a last name, or they got somebody that had enough characteristics and enough of the markers from that DNA of the killer, and then they were able to go through, and then the detective work that they were doing was really just saying, that's not the guy, eliminating people over and over and over again, and then finally getting into the guy they thought it was. And then they remarked that they had to wait for him. They watched his activities or lack thereof, which meant that he wasn't leaving the house.
Oh.
I was feeling that he just was kind of a couch potato. He was just kind of sitting there, and they were waiting for him to leave the house so they can collect DNA. So they very well might have collected that DNA, what they were calling discarded DNA, off of, the way they did it with the Grim Sleeper was off of a piece of pizza, I think.
Yes, that's right.
Or collecting his trash, doing a trash collection.
Trash, but you don't really, they probably did it someplace else, because trash, you never know who it could be, and it gets a little messy, for lack of a better term. No pun intended.
Well, that's what we were talking about is our theory is that these cops, whatever they did it so carefully and so exactly and so by the book to make sure that whatever they did couldn't be, that would hold up entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a safe assumption, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, they did go very fast, but, when this was all breaking at 2 a.m, my time, I was looking at it, and I had just gotten a text from somebody saying, hey, there's a press conference tomorrow, what's that about? And then just started digging and calling people or texting people and emailing people. And once I talked to one of the victims' families, and they said that somebody did contact them, higher up in Sacramento contacted them and said, there is a suspect in custody, then I knew, to talk about it and start talking about it on Twitter and everything.
Yes. And that's the one that gave me chills when you talked about that, because to me, that's so real. They wouldn't be leading people on if they didn't think they had their guy. It seems to me.
That family is not going to want to wake up, and they're not going to want them to wake up in the morning.
They're not going to tell the family.
Right.
That would be ridiculously cruel.
Yes.
And also, one of the things that I was concerned about is that, if they have somebody in custody, maybe it's like the Majori murder, which is just which there wasn't DNA involved in, and that potentially could not have been the East Area rapist, but we all think it was, and we consider that as part of the in the canon of the murders. But once they told the family member that I talked to, and then I got a confirmation that from another law enforcement source, I was like, all right, this is real. We can run with it.
Yes. It's so cool. And now, is that a thing you deal with sometimes, where you suspect things or things start coming down the pike, but you have to wait for those certain moments to actually run with it? Do you know all those?
Oh yeah.
The ins and outs of that?
Not so much, I don't do it as much as I used to when I worked in newspapers. So when you're working in newspapers, you always had to get it. Obviously, get 2 confirmations. You can't just run with 1 confirmation, and that's always you're seeing less and less of that now.
Right.
Yeah, you have to do that, and otherwise you're just running. You're potentially running something that is not real.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you can do as a journalist, other than completely making something up in order to screw somebody over.
Is there a question or like a fact you're really looking forward to having confirmed or answered or anything like that you're just excited about or already?
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are the sort of parlor game questions, like, was that your homework?
Yes. We've already.
Yep.
And was that your dog? Was those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I really want to know what other victims there were.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had other victims, particularly sexual assault victims. And that's one of the things that I was just on the phone with Paul Haynes,
the kid,
the researcher from the book.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about. And I said, go, if you're bored tonight, go and start looking up the places that he was. Let's start building a timeline on this guy and start seeing reports of sexual assaults, because they didn't take rape kits all the time in sexual assaults, and this guy might have gone here or there, gone to summer camp, who knows what he was doing at the time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, with all the moving around.
I think there's definitely going to be, while it looks like he really did stick around in the Golden State, really was the Golden State killer.
Jesus.
He fucking stayed in Citrus Heights. I mean, like, it's so crazy. He stayed right in the center of the bullseye of the fucking dartboard.
Yeah. How cocky of him.
I mean,
yeah. Well, he was comfortable. He was comfortable there.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the main reasons why he would do what he did, and why he would only strike certain neighborhoods, because he became comfortable in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Are there any pieces right now? Like, for me, there's a million that you're like, oh, that makes sense. Like any of those little answers that little questions that are being answered now, that that he's either a cop or he's local or he stayed there or he's still alive.
The cop thing, I always thought that he had a scanner.
Right.
Just because of the way that he knew where the patrols were when they started amping up the patrols, and he would attack at other locations. I thought he had a scanner. I didn't think he had the scanner. I didn't think he had a police scanner, because he was an actual policeman.
Yeah.
That's going to be the other shoe to drop, in terms of, it's really going to be up to local media, somebody at the SACB, to figure out what he was doing as a police officer. Why? I mean, think about this, and think about how big of a red flag this is. You're a cop. You get arrested for shoplifting.
Yeah.
Or you get accused, and you weren't arrested, you get accused for shoplifting dog repellent and a hammer.
Yeah.
And they say, all right, we're going to do a disciplinary hearing and everything like that, and no police union comes to your aid, and you don't fight it.
Yeah.
You just say, all right, I'm done.
I'm done.
That you never see that happening. That should have been a red flag to say, why does he not want people looking into his background?
Do you know what year that happened, the shoplifting and the disciplinary hearing?
It was in the 70s. I think it was early 70s.
Obviously, probably 79, right? If that was the year he was out of the Auburn police.
I think so.
Maybe 70?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
What about, I wonder if that disciplinary thing, they were like, you have all these other points against you. We'll have someone look into it, or you can just quietly resign and we won't look into it.
Honestly, I think that could be something there. And I think it was, they didn't, because it was so political, the guys on the ground, the boots on the ground, the real detectives, they would say, oh my God, this was one of ours, or it was somebody that was like us, and they would be upset and want to know it.
Yeah.
The political people weren't going to mention it. They didn't really mention it. You didn't really hear about it, that this was a former cop.
Yeah.
How many times was he potentially caught while he was doing his patrols, meaning his nighttime patrols, his East Area Rapist patrols, and flashed a badge?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Was he potentially involved when he was in Visalia? And he apparently was a police officer at Exeter, which was about 10 miles or 11 miles from Visalia. Was he involved in any of the investigations? I mean, this is the other shoe that's going to drop in terms of who could have stopped him when.
Yeah.
I'm interested more in what other crimes he might have convicted and getting answers. He might have committed, and getting answers from those. But the other thing is going to be like, could we have caught him And, was it a good old boys network? Obviously, if he was a cop, he knew cop lingo. He knew names of other people. So if somebody pulled him over, or if somebody said, what are you doing in this neighborhood? He could drop names. He could drop lingo. He could just say, I'm doing this or this. And I am sure that happened a couple times.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Must have.
No way that it didn't. He was doing everything he could to survive. And that would have been in one of his tricks.
Totally.
One of the things I noticed mentioned in Reddit of like why it was weird in the beginning is that he's a little older than what was originally thought. Everyone was calling him a teenager. Do you think that there's probably, do you think there was a trigger that made him start in his late 20s, early 30s, which is pretty old to start these things? Or do you think there's stuff that goes way far back that we're going to find out about him that he was?
I think we're going to find out about something. I do. But not at that scope, and obviously he didn't know about DNA, so he was leaving his deposits everywhere.
Right.
So I think there's going to be little things here or there, but not at the scope.
Like pre-Visalia ransacker.
Yeah. Why did obviously, yeah. I mean, we saw he was doing the ransacking, and that was and he was taking stuff, and then he wanted to amp it up.
Yeah.
And it's all about power for him. At first, it was the power of I'm in your house. Second is the power of I'm in your house and I'm taking your stuff. Third, it's the power of I'm in your house and I'm taking your body. And then the fourth one was I'm in your house and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fuck. Also, I think it'd be interesting, if they're finding, or they will find, things happening in Auburn, cold rape cases, stuff where if he was a police person in Auburn, and was there a woman that came forward that was like, a police officer raped me, but I don't know who it was, and they just didn't do anything about it? And obviously it's worst case scenario, but it's that, I just keep thinking of that kind of thing where I wonder if he was able to control himself to save it, to go into Sacramento or into the East area to do it, and then come home and stay safe that way, or if it spilled out onto wherever he lived.
Yeah.
In Auburn.
I mean, I have a feeling it didn't spill out. I mean, this is just pure conjecture. But
that's what it all is.
Yeah, but I think that there might have been certain ways that he might have made somebody feel uncomfortable, but for the most part, no. I mean, he was just sort of like an upstanding citizen, and he did his thing, and everybody thought he was a fairly nice guy, but they didn't know him that well. I mean, are we going to see? The fact that they commented so often, and listen, what are you going to do when you're watching just people bring out boxes from a guy's house? Are those boxes of all the stuff that he stole from those houses?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like direct evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And that's a question. Did he have a trophy room?
Of course he did.
Oh my God.
Of course he did, right?
I don't know.
And we're not talking golf trophies over here and bowling fucking trophies, obviously.
We are talking the trophies he took from his victims. And,
Jesus.
The China cabinet.
What are you really taking from there? Yeah, I know you take a lot of stuff because you're also wondering. You want to. They're gonna. Dot every I and cross every T. So you want to make sure that you're going to cover everything. And he could. Who knows? He could have been doing something bad now. But what were they taking out of there? I think that's going to be.
Well, what I always thought was so creepy was and this is just such a mind fuck, the way he would take something from one crime scene and a couple months later leave it at another, which means he was holding on to stuff. There was a place where he was keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's weird. And there's a lot of weird questions that are going to be out there. Why'd you bring the TV into the backyard?
Right.
Cases, and all these things that we've gone round and round about and wondered about, the diamond knots. And there's evidence. I think I saw somebody posted a picture of him in the Navy. Was that correct?
Yeah,
that's right.
And those knots.
Yeah, I haven't been on social. We've just been doing a bunch of stuff here. So
it's getting real fun on social.
I bet. So you guys? I mean, I just can't imagine.
So last night you guys had this.
But we were talking. It was 4 a.m. when we were talking to you, right?
Yes.
I did not realize that. Sorry.
Yeah, last night we were in Chicago. We went to Naperville because Gillian Flynn was talking to myself, Patton, and Paul about the book. And
so
it's
cool.
It's Gillian is from here, and she's the woman that wrote Girl on the Train and Gone Girl and all that stuff. And then there was also, was kind of close to where she grew up. Michelle did. So Michelle's family was there. We had a great talk about the case. We said, people like, you really think it's going to be solved? And we said, yeah, this is going to be solved. I have no doubt this is going to be solved. And, because of the DNA, Bottom line is, I don't think Zodiac potentially could be solved. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't put money on it. But if we have DNA of somebody that's not, you can't fake that. So then we were all just pretty wiped. We went home back to Chicago and stayed in the hotel. And for some reason, I woke up to a text, at like 2 a.m. or something, or 1 a.m, and I just started from there.
I mean, was it like a stomach drop? Was it an out loud gasp? Was it like, did you just get cold? What was that? What was your reaction in that moment?
Well, the first reaction was, all right, there's a press conference. All right, well, what's that going to be about?
Yeah.
It's always going to be, is this real or not? And
yes.
One of the things that I keep telling people is that once I confirmed it, so my first thing was about confirming it. And that's just my journalism instincts. That, I want to confirm this thing. After I confirmed it, and then I'm like, all right, I confirmed it, and I put out some tweets, and I told everybody, and I wasn't going to tell Pat yet because Pat was like super tired last night. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to wake the little guy up. But I was like, I'm going to grab him right at like 5, right? So, but then because we had a very early flight. So I was sitting there all alone in this, bed I've never been in before. And I started thinking and questioning my consciousness of whether I was dreaming or not.
Ooh.
And I was really wondering whether this was a dream. And it was like, wait, I was at it was weird. I had the weirdest dream last night. I was in Chicago.
Shit.
I was in the suburbs. And then Gillian Flynn was there. We didn't eat dinner, but they gave us brownies, and I ate the brownie on the way home. And I was like going through all this stuff. It's like, well, was this? And then I got a call that, a text message that there's a press conference, and I was wondering whether this was really a dream or not. And then we were both doing it, me and Patton, when we were sitting at the airport waiting for the plane to board, and we were both saying the same thing. It's like, if we wake up and we're back in the hotel. This is going to be really
What was in those brownies?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Someone dosed you guys.
I don't think there was anything. I think it was actually fudge. It wasn't brownies. So.
It's just such a fast, it just feels like this, you guys being on the book tour, like it's such a fast turnaround for the way this kind of it built. And I feel like everyone was prepared for this to go on for so much longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was no build to this. The build was 12 hours,
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons when we were talking about it, and I was trying to think of what Michelle would feel. And, she would be feeling like a come down right about now.
Yeah.
Where, and we had talked about that as what are you going to do with your, when you finally catch the guy. This was your first. You never forget your first. This was your obsession.
Yeah.
If you are able to get answer to that, what are you going to do next? And I wanted that to happen because I wanted her to work on other cases with her.
Yeah.
And I constantly have, in my own investigations, I constantly have 15 to 20 going at the same time because I'm doing street crimes. I'm doing ones that, are a little bit more easier to solve, and they're not sort of romanticized as much as somebody like this is.
Yeah.
But it, I think she would have that sort of come down and just kind of, sit alone in a room and say like, all right, well, what happens now? I think there would definitely be things like, she would be like, God damn it, he was the Visalia ransacker.
Yeah.
She went back and forth on that one. And so did Paul. And so did I, because, he had that stocky body. They would say that he had that cherubic face.
Yeah.
So he obviously, I'm really interested to see what his pictures look like during the ransacker phase then versus the ear phase, because I think he probably lost some weight because they kept on talking about how he had this moon face, this baby face.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he ended up, with a face that was very kind of lean, or at least, what people could see of it when we were talking about the ear.
Yeah, because there's one picture of him as a cop with a mustache that looks like it's from the late 70s. And he looks so different than that Navy picture or any of those younger pictures. Like he does not have that stuff on his face. He doesn't have the width to his face. He looks very lanky.
But it looks like one of the older sketch with a mustache.
Yes,
dude.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably what happened. And obviously, he grew the mustache after a while. Maybe he grew it to kind of hide himself.
Yeah.
And, but I think he lost some weight. And what he was doing was strenuous too. I mean, this was exercise. He was doing parkour. And
exactly.
You got to be in shape for that.
Yeah.
To see what he turned into. That happens to all of us, where you kind of let yourself go. And the cops were sort of like waiting outside for him, saying, "Is this guy going to move or what?" Because they were trying to collect something from him, and obviously he wasn't moved.
So crazy.
So crazy.
You know what I keep picturing, like when they were talking at the press conference, and I understand like the DA Amory kept saying like this is the detective's work and whatever. But what I like to picture is like Michelle was just this bossy lady that kept showing up and being like, yeah, but I need to write about this. So could you guys get it together? Like she just kept going to places and being like, I need you to prioritize this. This needs to matter more to people. And like, so yes, the credit fully goes to those detectives because they were always there and they had to work on it and whatever. But there is that like, I don't know. I feel like we all know the credit goes to like the fucking mouthy broad that gets in there and goes, you guys, seriously, like do something about this.
No, and the fact that they called him the Golden State Killer, which they wouldn't have called him if not for Michelle.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how they referred to him as. And then that they're saying, the book didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, the book just came out.
Right.
The article, though, came out a long time ago, and the article got everybody buzzing in circles and got people like you guys interested in it, and it became part of the lore of people would bring up. When people were mentioning certain serial killers, they would bring up this guy, and nobody ever talked about this guy before. This guy had one Unsolved Mysteries episode, and it really was very, very low on anybody's radar until she came along and really, really boosted it. It's not about the book; it really was about her doing, constantly being on, writing about it or TV shows or blogging, and then the article coming out, and then all these people coming, like her selling her life rights because they thought it was so interesting and all that jazz.
Yeah.
That's, does the task force happen without her putting that case back into the spotlight?
And does she have the kind of like engine to go forward if it wasn't for also all those other data miners online that were super dedicated and doing the same thing she was doing, just not actually going anywhere. But like the people that, like when we were talking about Paul looking through every single, or I think it's in the book, actually, it's, when he was the one that had already looked through every yearbook, or he'd already, there's just been people who have truly been dedicating themselves to the minutia of this case, like a police person would, except for they haven't been paid. They've just been doing it out of the passion.
And the people who the victims are willing to speak to, like someone who's super empathetic and wonderful like Michelle, because they've been waiting so long for the detectives to give them an answer, and they don't want to wait any longer. They speak with Michelle, and that kind of reinvigorates them into pushing the detectives to keep looking into the cases.
Yeah.
Exactly. One of the things that I really hope is that everybody that was working on this case, that were data mining and everything, they go find some other ones.
Yes.
And, go use those skills. This was your training wheels. If this was one of your first ones, now go and solve one of the other 200,000 unsolved murders that are out there.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I'm working on. I'm writing a book right now, and it's about the cases that I've been able to solve as working as the consulting detective, consulting digital detective, whatever you want to call me. But the fact that we are entering an age where we're going to have the most educated retirees we have ever seen in the baby boomers. These are people that can just that want to help, and there's also millennials that want to help. There's also baby boomers that want to help. And what I'm doing is I'm creating sort of a system and going to do a pilot program somewhere where some police department wants to do it, where we'll just open it up, screen people, make sure they're good, not pay them. They'll have their own computers, and they'll just go in and be able to do this stuff. And yes, there is a chain of command. Yes, there is. They will only get you so far. and then the police have to take over. But when you're looking for a needle in a haystack, you can get them to that needle, and then you just have to prove that that needle is guilty.
Yes,
and
dude.
These murders are just piling up.
Yeah.
There's 5,000 new unsolved murders every year, and they're just piling on top of each other. You might hear about, this murder. Oh, okay, we just cleared 12, from a few different years. There's so many that are out there, and there are a lot of smart people now that want to help. That we should be able to work with them and have law enforcement. So that's one of the big projects that I'm working on right now.
That's amazing, Billy.
Incredible.
That's such a good idea.
Sign us the fuck up. We're signing Steven up right now.
I'm really bad at research, but I have a lot of passion, and I'm fun to drink coffee with.
That's right. You guys
Hired.
You guys just bring the coffee and wine, and everybody's got to play their part.
Yes, exactly. Maybe we do it like Sunday nights. It's not a game night. It's just crime solving night.
Sure.
That we all do.
It's kind of similar to that. I mean, the thing that I'm talking about is a little bit more serious than that. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. I think people want to get involved, and they're not going to be the sexiest cases. They're going to be cases that, this one in particular was so interesting just because there were so many clues. There was almost too many clues.
Yeah.
But, and it really became like something that could have been a really intricate board game. Or choose your own adventure or something.
Yeah. I think it's also...
Go ahead.
Oh, just that there's the beautiful aspect to it of like, we a lot of times talk about the problems in the police not talking to each other, all that kind of the Zodiac
sharing
stuff that happen. Yeah, when they don't want to share information. But it's like real time. We're watching as the DNA evidence, develops, as all these different new technologies develop. There's also the consciousness of detectives and these people who are starting to understand how they have to change, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
I think there's part of that that's so hopeful and beautiful, like even just in that, the Golden State special that was on ID, where they're kind of talking about that, changing their approach so that these things can get solved.
It's a matter of numbers, and it's not like we're getting a bunch more detectives. So if you're adding 5,000 murders every year that are unsolved, you're not adding 5,000 new detectives.
Right.
And what happens with these detectives is that they might be working on a cold case, or they might be working on a case that happened 2 weeks ago. Then they catch another murder, meaning they have another murder that they need to go solve, and that other one has to take a back seat.
Yeah.
And the idea of the professional detective has only been around for like 150 years. Before, it was different people that were actually solving these murders, and they weren't necessarily professional detectives. And
a bunch of Pinkertons?
Yeah, well, even before that, it was even before that there were, police, real police squads that were out there. The police were created not to solve crimes. They were really created to keep the peace and stop riots and stuff like that.
Wow.
So, I think that you're going to see something along those lines in some place, and it's going to be like community policing, but it's not going to be, walking the streets and doing guardian angel type stuff. It's going to be a little bit more of the data mining variety and using the skill that you have in your neck of the woods.
It's so cool. Thank you so much for calling us, Billy. It is amazing to talk to you on a day like this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. And hello to all the murderinos out there. Thank you.
Keep in touch, please.
You guys so much. I mean, if there was one thing that you guys have such a powerful platform to talk to people, and you guys are one of the biggest things that are going on in true crime right now, and it's great to see you guys. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I went to see you at Upright Citizens Brigade once, and there was like 30 people there, 40 people there.
Oh, was that the Cracked podcast with Jack O'Brien?
No. It was like you guys were just there. I think Margaret Cho was there.
And, that was Jamie Lee's show. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Wait, did we meet? We met beforehand at the restaurant, though, right?
I think we did.
You came and said hi? Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so, I know that, there's a lot of people that are out there that just are learning a lot from the stuff that you're talking about. They can look into cases. What I say is, like, look into that one hometown case that you've got, and just, and if you happen to be a victim or a family of a victim, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's certainly one of the things that happened here. If you see what Debbie Domingo was doing, she was constantly calling and trying to get information. And if you've got a crime that happened, a violent crime that happened, just keep calling the police. Don't lose hope.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Billy.
Okay.
We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. I guess that was incredible.
That was rad.
Yeah.
Oh, what a get. That felt like a real news situation.
I have to say, maybe we can close it up, but I'm like honored that we get to be a voice in the background of this. And like Michelle McNamara, as we've been such a fan of hers, a fangirl of a fangirl crime. And like, I'm just honored that we get to even talk about this.
What a magical thing that in real time, it's not like 20 years from now where we get back together to talk about that they finally found the guy or they finally figured out who it is. It's just like, this is shocking. It's thrilling. And yeah, kudos to fucking Michelle McNamara and people keep using the phrase dogged persistence, but I think there's something, it's like this righteousness and this like kind of call for justice that I think we all feel. And I think most people are good in that way where they don't want other people to suffer like this. Yeah. And that's what's cool. It's like all those people at that press conference, everybody that's talking about it, everybody is just like, no more of this shit. No more pretending rape doesn't matter. No more pretending that all these weird old things are really going by the wayside. These old attitudes, all that kind of stuff. And it's like building a new fucking tomorrow, as corny as that sounds.
No, I agree. And it is this. What was I going to say? Oh, it's going to be great.
Well, do you want me to say really quickly? When Billy called, I was just trying to say, people in Sacramento now who are loving Sacramento and want to defend Sacramento, you don't have to, because I get towns change, whatever, but I also get to have my opinion about this, the very short amount of time that I suffered greatly in that town. Every day I was suffering. I was a goth in the summer. Yeah. It sucked shit and I couldn't go anywhere and be happy. It doesn't mean anything about you or your family or your fucking grandparents.
And we weren't even planning, our tour agent wasn't even planning on sending us to Sacramento, and we insisted because it's become this running joke.
Well, and because Sacramento Murderinos are like showing up and they're like, come here. We love it. We love you. So we love that. It's been so fun, but you cannot change my mind about 90s Sacramento.
I think they love it. Oh, I know what I wanted to say.
Yes.
And I love about Reddit, about this press conference, about what I'm sure Michelle would say is that no one is saying, I knew it. I took credit for this. It's because I said this, I said that. It's this, it's wanted to be solved by so many people, and that's so much bigger than anyone's ego. They want it to be solved for the victims and for the victims' families and friends, and to put an end to this fucking monster and bring them to justice. Yeah. And so I love that this fight is not for credit or being the one who solves it. It's about justice. And I know Michelle would be saying something to us along the lines of, no, it has nothing to do with yes. She would be demurring, and she would be rightfully so giving a huge amount of credit to the detectives who have worked on this for years and years, and wanted just as much to solve this passionately as we did. So.
100%. And the way that sheriff was saying at the beginning, I wrote his name down, Scott Jones, my party friend, Scott Jones, that he was saying in the beginning, when he became the sheriff, the person who was the sheriff before him was like, this case is huge and important and you have to work on it. So there are all those people that over the years, when they were just trying to go place to place with no technology, with everything was writing everything up by hand and putting it into a file.
I saw something that was like one page of files from back then takes, 3 weeks for us to like translate. That's so wrong, but you know what I mean?
To put into a computer?
To put into a computer, like one file takes, we have to,
It just takes forever to make it.
Maybe it's one. Cut that out. I don't know. It was great.
But basically it takes fucking forever and it's tons of work. And
it was
it's
all
really hard
paperwork
work
back then.
It's all paperwork. And those people suffered, the police who worked on it suffered too.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that had to go and suffer by not catching him and by meeting more victims. And there's so much. It just is so incredible that there gets to be, at least it's not closure, but it is this like, it's next steps. Yep. It's real next steps.
Finally. It's fucking finally.
Fuck, guys.
Thanks for listening. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Me too.
All right. Stay sexy.
Don't get murdered.
Bye.
Goodbye. Elvis, do you want a cookie? There it is. Goodbye.
Bye.
This may surprise you, but clothes that feel good and look good don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Designs that make you feel as good as you look is what Hill House is known for.
Hill House Home invented the viral nap dress.
Hill House makes fun, versatile fashion that elevates your look. I now own 3 nap dresses. I love them. They're so comfy and cute. Pockets for days.
You know?
Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MFM15.
That's MFM15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye.
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.